Dharadhari. Yashodanandana Vrajajana Ranjana. Yamunatira Vanachari. Yamunatira Vanachari. Jaya Radha Madhava Kunja Bihari. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Hare. Bolo Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hariharaya Nama Krishna Yadavaya Namaha Yadavaya Madhavaya Keshavaya Namaha. Gopal Govinda Rama Shri Madhusudana Giridhari Gopinath Madana Mohana. Sri Chaitanya Nityananda Sri Advaita Sita Hari Guru Vaishnava Bhagavad Gita. Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram 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 Hare Hare, Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram 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 Hare Hare. Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram 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 Hare Hare, Hare Govinda Jaya Jaya Gopala Jaya Jaya Radha Ramana Hari Govinda Jaya Jaya. Hello Govinda Jaya Jaya Gopala Jaya Jaya Radha Ramana Hari Govinda Jaya Jaya. Jaya Sachinandana Jaya Sachinandana Jaya Sachinandana Gaura Hari. Gaura 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 Hari, Gaura 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 Hari. Nittai Gaura Hari Bol, Hari Bol, Hari Bol, Nittai Gaura Hari Bol. Nittai Gaura Hari Bol, Hari Bol, Hari Bol, Nittai Gaura Hari Bol. Jai Ho Vishnupad Paramahamsa Parivrajacharya Stotrat Sri His Divine Grace Abhay Charnaravind Bhakti Vedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada Ki अनंत कोटि वैष्णव वर्ण की नामाचार्य श्री हरिदास ठाकुर की जय। प्रेम से कहो श्री कृष्णा चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर शिवास आदि गौर भक्त वृंद की, श्री श्री राधा माधव सखी वृंद की, श्री श्री जगन्नाथ बलदेव शुद्ध महारानी सुदर्शन की, श्री श्री प्रहलाद नरसिंहदेव भगवान की, श्री श्री निताय गौर सुंदर की, ग्रंथराज श्रीमद् भागवतम की, श्रीमद् भगवद गीता की, ISKCON फाउंडराचार्य श्रील प्रभुपाद की, श्रील प्रभुपाद अनुगास की, निताय गौर प्रेमानंदे. All glories are assembled devotees, all glories are assembled devotees, all glories are assembled devotees, all glories and glories Shri Guru and Shri Gauranga, Shri Prabhupada ki jai, Guru Maharaj ki jai. Hare Krishna. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Narayanam Namaskrityam Naram Jeva Narottamam Devim Saraswatim Vyasam Tato Jayamudirayet Nashtapraya Shvabhadreshu Nityam Bhagavata Sevaya Bhagavati Uttama Shloke Bhaktir Bhavatir Naistiki. कृष्णाय वासुदेवाय देवकी नंदनाय च नंदगोपकुमाराय गोविंदाय नमो नमः। कृष्णाय वासुदेवाय हरे परमात्मने प्रणतः क्लेशनाशाय गोविंदाय नमो नमः। वसुदेवसुतं देवं कंसचानूरमर्दनं देवकी परमानंदं कृष्णं वंदे जगद्गुरुं। महाराज की जय, श्री प्रभुपाद की जय। रीडिंग्स फ्रॉम श्रीमद् भगवद गीता chapter number 8, titled Attaining the Supreme. Text number 9. Kavim Puranam Manusasitaram Anoraniyam samanusmuredyah sarvasya dhataram achintya rupam aditya varnam tamasya parastat. Translation by His Divine Grace, Abhay Charanaravindra Bhaktivedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada, Jai Srila Prabhupada. One should meditate upon the Supreme Person as the one who knows everything, as He who is oldest, who is the controller, who is smaller than the smallest, who is the maintainer of everything, who is beyond all material conception, who is inconceivable and who is always a person. He is luminous like the sun and He is transcendental beyond this material nature. Please repeat this sloka. Kavim Puranam Manusasitaram Anoraniyam Samanusmaredyah Sarvasya Dhataram Achintya Rupam Aditya Varnam Tamasa Parastat. Kavim Puranam Manusasitaram Anoraniyasam Aniyamsam Anusmaredyah Sarvasya Dhataram Achintya Rupam Aditya Varnam Tamasa Parastat. Word to word translation. Kavim, the one who knows everything. Puranam, the oldest. Anusasitaram, the controller. Ano, than the autumn. Aniyamsam, smaller. Anusmaret, always thinks of you. Yah, one who sarvasya, of everything. Dhataram, the maintainer. Achintya, inconceivable. Rupam, whose form. Aditya Varnam, luminous like the sun. Tamasha, to darkness. Parastad, transcendental. Translation and purport by His Divine Grace, Abhay Charanaravindra Bhaktivedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada. Srila Prabhupada ki jai. One should meditate upon the Supreme Person as the one who knows everything, as He is the oldest, who is the controller, who is smaller than the smallest, who is the maintainer of everything, who is beyond all material conception, who is inconceivable and who is always a person. He is luminous like the sun and He is transcendental beyond this material nature. Purport. The process of thinking of the Supreme is mentioned in this verse. The foremost point is that He is not impersonal or void. One cannot meditate on something impersonal or void. That is very difficult. The process of thinking of Krishna, however, is very easy and is factually stated herein. First of all, the Lord is a Purusha, a person. We think of the person Rama and the person Krishna. And whether one thinks of Rama or of Krishna, when he is like is described in this verse of Bhagavad Gita, the Lord is Kavi. That is, He knows the past, present and future, and therefore knows everything. He is the oldest personality because He is the origin of everything. Everything is born out of him. He is also the supreme controller of the universe, and he is the maintainer and instructor of humanity. He is smaller than the smallest. The living entity is 1/10,000th part of the tip of hair. But the Lord is so inconceivably small that he enters into the heart of the particle. Therefore, he is called smaller than the smallest. As the supreme, he can enter into the atom and into the heart of the smallest and control him as the super soul. Although so small, he is still all pervading and is maintaining everything. By him also planetary systems are sustained. We often wonder how these big planets are floating in the air. It is stated here that the Supreme Lord, by his inconceivable energy, is sustaining all these big planets and the systems of galaxies. The word achintya, inconceivable, is very significant in this connection. God's energy is beyond our conception, beyond our thinking jurisdiction, and is therefore called inconceivable, achintya. Who can argue this point? He pervades this material world, and yet he is beyond it. We cannot comprehend even this material world, which is insignificant compared to the spiritual world. So how can we comprehend what is beyond? Achintya means that which is beyond this material world, that which is our argument, logic and philosophical speculation cannot reach, that which is inconceivable. Therefore, intelligent persons avoiding useless argument and speculation should accept what is stated in scriptures like the Vedas, Bhagavad Gita and Srimad Bhagavatam, and follow the principles of which they are set down. That this will lead one to the understanding. Om Tat Sat. Om Ajnanatimirandasya Jnananjana Salakya Chakshurunnitamena Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha. Shri Chaitanya Manobishtam Stapitam Yena Bhutale Swayam Rupakadamahyam Dadati Swapadandikam Vandeham Shri Guru Shri Yutapadakammalam Shri Guru Vaishnavamsha Shri Rupam Sagrajatam Sagana Raghunathan Vitam Tam Sajivam Satvaidam Savadutam Parijana Sagitam Krishna Chaitanya Devam Shri Radha Krishna Padan Sahagana Lalita Shri Vishaka Vidam He Krishna Karuna Sindhu Dinabandhu Jagatpate Gopesha Gopika Kanta Radha Kanta Namostute Tapta Kanchana Gaurangi Radhe Vrindavaneshwari Vrishabhanusute Devi Pranamami Hari Priye Vancha Kalpatarubhyasya Kripa Sindhubhya Patitanam Pavanebhyo Vaishnavebhyo Namo Namaha Namahom Vishnupadaya Krishna Prestaya Bhutale Srimate Bhakti Vedanta Swamini Namne Namaste Saraswate Deve Gauravani Pracharine Nirvise Shunyavadi Paschadi Desarane Jaya Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhara Shivasadi Gaura Bhakta Vrinda Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare Maho Vishnupadaya Krishna Prestaya Bhutale Srimate Jayapataka Swamini Namne Macharya Padani Sai Kripa Padani Gaura Tadamdayana Mukam Kroti Vachalam Pangum Nangayate Grimet Kripatamaham Shri Guru Dinadaranam Paramananda Madhavam Shri Chaitanya Ishwaram Harihi Om Tat Sat. Hare Krishna. So today's text 8.9 Srimad Bhagavad Gita is exactly very significant from the point of how the principles of International Society for Krishna Consciousness has been established by His Divine Grace, Abhay Charanaravinda Bhaktivedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada. Most of you would have either read or come across or heard somehow or other about the 7 purposes of International Society for Krishna Consciousness, which is ISKCON, or very commonly called as Hare Krishna movement. The very first purpose is to systematically, the word is very important. Each word is very selectively given by Srila Prabhupada. To systematically spread the glories of the Supreme Personality of Godhead and his teachings as it is given in Bhagavad Gita and Srimad Bhagavatam, etc., to all over the world. So to glorify and spreading the glories of the Supreme Personality of Godhead, how do you think we can get that information? Unless one knows about a person, how can he even glorify without knowing about the person? Now, when we talk about the Supreme Personality of Godhead in this specific verse, there are 8 very unique qualities of the Supreme Lord is given here by the Supreme Lord himself. As we all understand, no one can explain more than the same person himself. We all experience that, isn't it? If somebody wants to know about a person, even if they are going to be a husband and wife, they may be parents and children, whatever relationship that may be, but still, nothing can equalize the expression by the each individual. The husband may be able to understand and explain the characteristics of his wife to some extent, but not incomplete. Similarly, the same thing applies to the wife also. She cannot also explain every single detail about her husband, but they can explain to a large extent about themselves. Now we talk about Krishna. In the Vedas, it is very clearly declared, no one can understand the inconceivable personality Krishna. So who has to explain about himself? Krishna has to explain. Now we will have to come to the next question, why he is explaining and what do we gain out of it and why we should hear about such kind of a qualities. These are the few things which we should try to inquire and then get the right answers from these scriptures. Srila Prabhupada has very nicely given us in the purport about the material insufficiency. When we talk about material insufficiency, we talk about the 4 defects, the inbuilt defects every living entity, including human beings, we obtained from the time we are born into this material world. So we already have faults in us. Fault finding is one of the defects which we have. We are not perfect with our senses. We commit mistakes. So with such kind of qualities, how can we understand unless we hear directly from the Supreme Lord and his pure devotees? So here try to understand what Krishna is trying to give us the knowledge. He is first confirming his position as he has confirmed even the Srimad Bhagavatam, the very first verse, Janmadiyasya yata anvayat itarataschatteshu abhijñā swarat. He said abhijñā. He is all cognizant. He knows everything. And here the word, similarly meaning word, which is used in the verse 9 of the chapter 8 is kavim. Again we see that meaning. Kavim means who knows everything. What has happened in the past, what is happening in the present, and what is going to happen in the future. He has complete knowledge. Does anybody else has got that qualification? I don't think so. Nobody can have that qualification excepting only one person, and that person is the Supreme Personality of Godhead, Sri Krishna, and that's why he is called as Kavim. And here, Kavim also means, we know that there's another meaning, Kavi means poet. But Krishna is the poet of all the poets. He is the topmost poet of all the poets. Nobody can compose literature like the Supreme Personality of Godhead, Sri Krishna. Personally, he has declared these things to his the most dear friend as well as the devotee Arjuna. So when Krishna is declaring it, there is no second opinion, no further argument onto that. So Krishna is Kavim, he knows everything. We see that from the Shastra in Srimad Bhagavatam. Incidents like, for example, we always discuss during the month of Damodar, the various pastimes, various leelas the Supreme Lord carries on. One of the very famous leela is delivering the two Rakshasa-like demigods. When you say demon-like demigods, who are they? They are actually born to a very nice devotee called Kuvera. And he has got wonderful two children, Nalakuvera and Manigriva. Very nice children, but unfortunately they grew up with lot of opulence. And we now know when there is lot of opulence, there is always the possibility of misusing that opulence. So due to their misuse of their great progeny, as well as misuse of their opulence, they were cursed by a pure devotee of the Supreme Lord, who is none other than Sri Narada Muni. But one beauty is that this has happened long, long ago, 1,000 years before, prior to Krishna adventing in Mathura and then transferred to Nandagram, to Vrindavan. So for 1,000 years, these two demon-like children of Kuvera, they were standing as big, tall Tamala trees, Arjuna Tamala trees, and just waiting when we will be delivered for all the sinful activities we have done. But Narada Muni, being a very pure devotee of the Supreme Lord, he never think something bad for any souls. So despite their very unacceptable behavior, he was still very compassionate, and then he said that you will take the birth as trees, and where in the courtyard of the Supreme Personality of Godhead, Krishna, when he appears as he is. That's a very great opportunity. Who will be getting such kind of a boon? It's actually not a curse, it's actually a boon for them, where they are going to be directly observing and watching the activities of the Supreme Lord. How many of us can get this kind of an opportunity? Though they are sinners, though they are not qualified, but still the Vaishnava Narada Muni was so compassionate that he gave them the curse, and that curse became a huge blessings. And Krishna knew very well the whole scene or history behind that. So what happened? Krishna, when he was tied by his mother Yashoda with the mortar for stealing the butter, we all know the story, but still the small tiny little Krishna, who is just not more than 3-4 years old, he crawled along with a huge mortar stone and he moved in between the trees. Why? Just to fulfill the words of his pure devotee Sri Narada Muni. So that is something called the great years before what has happened. And he knows what is happening today, that these two trees are standing there waiting for him. And he knows that after his crossing in between the trees will fall down and the two sons of Kuvera will be liberated. So he knows the whole thing. So he's Kavim. And this incident is coming in our Bhagavatam. And he is also called Puranam, the oldest. Nobody is older than Supreme Lord Sri Krishna, because from him everything has emanated. In the Bhagavad Gita we see that Arjuna, he is glorifying Krishna after hearing from him. In the 10th chapter of Srimad Bhagavad Gita we can hear Param Brahma, Param Dama, Pavitram, Paramam Bhavan. He says, you are the Param Brahma, you are the purest. Purusham Shashvatam Divyam Adi Devam Ajam Vibhum. He is addressing Supreme Lord Sri Krishna as Ajam. Ajam means one who has no birth or no death, which means there is no origin for him. He is the originator of everybody. He doesn't have any origin. So, Puranam, the oldest. Anusasitaram, he controls everything. He is the controller of everybody. All these different qualities, the 8 qualities mentioned in this sloka, we can see in Srimad Bhagavatam in various of his leelas, particularly in the Damodar leela. He controls everything. We can see that how when he was again a small child, what happened? He was controlling all the gopas and gopis in Vrindavana just by playing his flute. He doesn't require any big magic. All he has to do is just play his flute. The sweet sound of the Supreme Lord which comes from his lotus lips, it just enchants everybody. Not only just the human beings or those who are in the form of human beings, it attracts even the inanimate things like the stones which melts by hearing the sweet melody of his flute. The flowers dance, the bees, they just fly around and enjoy. The birds, they flutter their wings in great happiness and ecstasy. So every living entity is controlled at the same time enjoying the supreme melody of the Supreme Personality of God, Sri Krishna. So we can see all these qualities happening there. Now, though we have references like all these things in the Shastras, in the Puranas, but still he is inconceivable. You cannot understand him. Why? Because our senses, our material senses are limited. We do not have perfect senses. As we mentioned in the beginning, we have the defects. One of the biggest defects we have imperfect senses. Like for example, I am sitting in front of you, but I am wearing the glasses. My eyes are not perfect. I have to wear additionally another device or a tool, something like this, to make myself, I can see people here properly. People use hearing aids. So many other devices we are nowadays using. They are now having Google Glass, with that, where you can, see everything with just your spectacles. You can see that. So our senses are very limited. I can't even know what is happening in my back. My senses are so limited. If somebody is standing behind me, I don't know. Similar thing is happening to everybody. So our senses are imperfect. We cannot see everything, and we are not tuned to understand even our own self. What to talk about the Supreme Personality of God, Sri Krishna. Yashoda Maya was completely bewildered when she was receiving the complaint from Balaram that my brother, he is eating dirt. He is eating mud. She couldn't believe why my child will go and eat dirt. Not necessary. I have drums and drums of sweet yogurt, milk, all freshly prepared for him. We have ghee, and why he will go and eat dirt? No. But she went, and she even immediately caught hold of Krishna, who is a tiny little boy, and he's asking, are you sure? I mean, I've just heard some complaint about you that you are eating dirt. Open your mouth. For a small baby, even if he has eaten the dirt in his mouth, how much quantity can he hold? Maybe one handful, 100 grams, 200 grams, or even maybe half kilo, something like that. But no, Krishna was holding the entire creation in his mouth, and he was just displaying to his mother Yashoda. Mother Yashoda was completely, he was bewildered. She couldn't understand what's going on here. This is my very sweet little Krishna. And in his mouth, I am seeing the entire universe. I am seeing my own place. I am seeing myself. I am seeing my little Krishna also within his mouth. How this is possible? You see the inconceivable nature? It's not at all possible. I can't actually, have any logic onto that. She's declaring it. No, this is not possible. This is some work of some Mayavi. It's not an ordinary person. But Krishna displays that sort of an inconceivable scenario just in his small, tiny mouth. So what do we call that quality? Who can do that? And not only Yashoda Maya got bewildered, we all know the topmost Jivatma in this material world is none other than Brahmachi, the 400 Brahma. We know that. And he gets bewildered. And there is a very nice Leela, Brahma Vimoha Leela. He gets completely, taken by surprise. He doesn't know what's going on. And when he wants to test this boy, this little boy, he is doing so many things. He is even, defeated Indra's plans. I want to know who is this guy. I want to really test him. So what happens? Once little Krishna, he went for pasturing grounds with the calves and his boyfriends, Gopas. What Brahmaji did? He stole every of his friends and the calves and he hid them in a cave for 100 years. But Krishna, the moment he put all his friends and the calves inside the cave, the next moment he expanded himself exactly 100%, very close, like a Xerox copy, you can say. Nowadays, Xerox copy is coming even three-dimensional. It's not only 2D. There are 3D printers. So exact look-alike. Calves, exact look-alike Gopas. He created and he was playing. For 100 years, Krishna expanded as his friends and the calves. And when all the calves, they go back home, all the Gopa friends, they go back home. And when the calf, they go to their mother cow and they suck the milk. The mother cows, they feel so ecstatic. What is this? I have never experienced like this in my past. This is my own calf. Wow, when he sucks this my milk, I feel really out of this world. I feel something supremely ecstatic. Similarly, when the Gopas go to their mother and father and other relatives, they just keep on looking at that small boy, Gopa. Is it my son or is it somebody else? What a glow in his face. He looks completely different. But still, he's adorable. He's so enchanting that I can't close my eyes for a moment. That was kind of a mood. Why? Because Krishna has expanded himself as a calf, as a Gopa. And Brahma couldn't understand all these things. What's going on? I have stolen and kept them in a cave, and here I am seeing exact replicas. They are all having a happy, jolly good time with their mother cows and mothers. They are having jolly good time. How this is possible? Who is this person? Then he comes to his senses after Krishna reveals himself. So that is the inconceivable potency of the Supreme Personality. Nobody can understand that. This message Srila Prabhupada wanted to propagate all over the world, irrespective of the nation, irrespective of the language, community, the caste, creed, color, etc. He wants this message to go. The only one person who can definitely be your friend, though he is inconceivable, and that is Krishna. Nobody other than that. And Krishna can expand any number of times, as we also see in the Brahma Samhita. Krishna can do anything and everything from any of his senses. Angani yasya sakalendriya vrittimanti pashyanti panti kalayanti chiram jaganti Ananda chinmaya sadujjvala vigrahasya Govindam adi purusham tamaham bhajami. Brahmadeva is praying. Krishna can perform the activities of one sense organ with another sense organ also. For us, we can only eat with our mouth. We can see only with our eyes. In all our homes, as well as in our temple, we every day offer the bhoga. Am I right or not? Every day we offer. Yeah? We call in Tamil Naivedyam. Every day we offer. Morning, afternoon, evening, even 4-5 times we are offering every day. Whatever we prepare, the Supreme Lord, the Archa Vigraha, are either in the form of, or made of either wood, or sometimes of stone, or sometimes of the gems, different kinds of material. And they don't talk to you. They don't move. They don't come and pick up your food. And at homes, many houses, we have only pictures, but still we keep it. And what we understand, the same foodstuff what we keep. The sadam what we keep, it turns into prashadam. Correct or not? From the sadam, it converted into prashadam. Meaning, it's becoming purified and sanctified just by the looks of that foodstuff by the Supreme Lord, whether he is in a picture form, whether he is in a deity form, or even whether he is not there when we still offer it mentally, he still accepts only one condition. That he declares in the 9th chapter. What is it? Patram pushpam phalam toyam yo me bhaktya prayachyati tadaham bhakti upahritam ashnami prayatatmanah. Tadaham bhakti upahritam ashnami prayatatmanah. If you offer me with devotion, that is the first and the foremost condition. And love. Devotion and love, if you have both of these things to you, when you offer me, I will accept it. How he will accept, we don't know. But one proof is there. In today, all over the world, we have thousands and thousands of people who have visited ISKCON and who have tasted the prashadam, which means the food which is sanctified and purified by the vision of the Lord. Once if somebody is going to consume that purified food which is called prashadam, they completely experience a change of their heart. They completely see a big attraction for Krishna. And Srila Prabhupada mentioned the whole idea of constructing nice, beautiful looking temples are to just attract the people so that they can come and take darshan of the Supreme Personality of Godhead and accept his prashadam. By such way, they get automatically get attracted towards Krishna. Haribol, Haribol. Thank you very much. So we understand this inconceivable and what is his nature? How is he looks like? His rupam, his form, inconceivable, but he is a rupam, achintya rupam. His form is Satchid Ananda Vigraha. His form is made of eternity, all knowledge and bliss. That is the kind of a body what Krishna is having. Not like the body is what we are having, a temporary body made of all inert materials. Our body is made of inert material. Bone, flesh, nerves, muscles, all these things. They are all inert. I'm sure every science student will accept that. By itself, a bone or a muscle or a blood, it cannot function unless we, the Jivatma, is inside the body. That is an inert matter. It doesn't move. That's why when the Atma moves out of a physical body, material body, we call it, what do we call it? We call it a dead body. Isn't it? We call it a dead body. In technical term, they even call it a kadiva. In medical term, they call it kadiva. So they have no value. They cannot function in this world. But Krishna's body is not like that. His eyes can eat. His ears can speak. His flute with which he plays the beautiful tunes, they attract. So he can do anything with any of his body, any of his organs in the body, unlike the body organs what we have. So his rupam is transcendental, Satchid Ananda Vigraha. And again, Brahmadeva, he sings this particular sloka in the very beginning of Brahma Samhita. Ishvara Parama Krishna Satchidananda Vigraha Anadiradir Govinda Sarvakarana Karanam. So his body is Satchidananda and he is the cause of all causes. So that's why Srila Prabhupada in his purport, he is very strongly emphasizing Krishna is not impersonal. Krishna is not void. And you cannot meditate upon something impersonal or void. Though there are a lot of people trying to do that. A lot of people are trying to do that. And there is a religion also being followed. It is not necessarily one religion. Even in the so-called the collective Hindu religion, there is one segment of people who actually do not believe in the personal form of Krishna, who are only trying to meditate upon the impersonal feature of the Supreme Lord Krishna. And in the Srimad Bhagavad Gita and Bhagavatam, we have a very nice analogy by Srila Prabhupada about the sun. The sun rays, the sun disk and the sun planet in itself. Brahmeti Paramatmeti Bhagavaniti Sabdyate. So we cannot having a dispute about that. Yes, of course, Krishna is all these three forms. He is impersonal also, but at the same time he is personal. You see, this is what Lord Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu has called it as Achintya Beda Abeda Tattva. He is impersonal, he can be impersonal, and at the same time he is personal also. This is something which is going to be bewildering. You cannot understand this potentially inconceivable situation by any amount of logic, any amount of experiment. Nobody can be able to understand that. One has to become a bhakta, then only you will be able to understand. That's why Bhagavan, he first in the sloka 9 of the 8th chapter, he is first giving us the 8 very exclusive qualities about himself. And then he is declaring even the next sloka. What he is saying when he comes in the sloka number 10, how to practice this bhakti yoga. Because the entire, Bhagavad Gita, where Bhagavan starts talking about the karma yoga to begin with, followed by jnana yoga, then he talks about ashtanga yoga, hatha yoga, then he finally culminates with bhakti yoga. So we should understand that. Yeah, thank you very much. So he culminates in the bhakti yoga. Unless one is able to come to the level of understanding the process of bhakti, one will never be able to understand all these 8 qualities mentioned by Supreme Lord Sri Krishna. He is luminous like sun, Aditya Varnam. He is the only one who can dissipate tamasha parastad. He can dissipate the darkness. Where there is light, there is no darkness. This is the tagline we will see in our ISKCON Back to Godhead magazine. Where there is light, there is no. Where there is knowledge, there is no ignorance. It's completely vanquished. And Krishna expands. We can see in so many ways. Krishna expands as even devotees. He expands as a playmate. He expands as a lover. He expands as a chariot driver in various many forms. But still, he is the same supreme person. Brahmaji is explaining in Brahma Samhita like one original candle, Deepar seed. He said only one original candle. With one candle, you can light hundreds and thousands of candles, and every candle will glow. Though all of them are glowing, still that the original candle remains as it is. And it is also mentioned in Ishopanishad, the very invocation sloka. Purnamada Purnamidam Purnat Purnam Udachyate Purnasya Purnamadaya Purnameva Vashishyate. Hundreds and thousands of perfectly complete entities come out from one supreme perfect entity, which is Krishna. Though many perfect things come out of Krishna, he still remains the same complete perfect person. We might ask how it is possible. Usually, if you have, like for example, if you have 100 and if you minus 10, it becomes 90, and again another 10 you remove, it becomes 80. So similarly, if there is a reduction from one person, then automatically his perfection, his completeness will also be reduced. This is our understanding. This is the material calculation. But in the same material world, we can also experience and very much see within our own understanding, within our own lifestyle. A mother is one person, and the same mother gives birth to a child. So she is also full and complete. The child also is full and complete. Yes or no? So from one mother, we get one child, two child, three child. Nowadays it's not possible. Nobody is having three child. Now the modern fashion is something, no child. This is something very vague and unfortunate what is happening in today's environment. But what we can see for our understanding, one mother can give birth to any number of child and still remains the same. So if this can happen even for a human being who has a limited time for his life, what to talk about the Supreme Lord? The child which is born also is having the complete body organs, two eyes, mouth, two sides, ears, nostrils, hands, legs, everything is having, and he's also eating, sleeping, all activities are going on, same like the mother. So there is a difficulty in understanding that Krishna can expand any number of times, and he can expand into anything and everything. And that's why we are seeing Krishna is entering even into the smallest of the atom. Prabhupada is giving us a very nice, analogy here. One more information. The size of the spirit soul, Jivatma, is mentioned in our Vedas. 1/10,000th of the tip of the hair. 1/10,000th of the tip of the hair is the size of the soul. But Krishna, he can enter even into the tiny little soul and he can go along with him as Paramatma. That is called smaller than the smallest. That is very difficult for us to understand. So, intelligent people, now Prabhupada is saying, we accept. We do not go and start doing experimentation. That is a very foolish way of identifying. Like if a son or daughter wants to know who is my father, the easiest and the best way is just to go and ask the mother, please tell me who is my father. The mother, without even thinking for a second, immediately she can tell you, okay, this is so-and-so is your father, this is his name. That's it, job over. You do not have to go run around from laboratory to laboratory to take your DNA test and identify. No need actually. The mother knows exactly who is the father. Similarly, for us, the mother is the Vedas. The Vedas give us the information who is our father. Vedas give us the information on to whom we all should surrender. And that's what Bhagavad Gita is all about. Aham sarvasya prabhavo matta sarvam pravartate iti matva bhajante mam bhuda bhava samanvitaha. Krishna is very categorically told in this first verse of this Chatushloki Bhagavad Gita. And he is saying, when somebody understands this, aham sarvasya prabhavo, I am situated everywhere. In this material world as well as in the spiritual world. Everywhere I am there. I am here in Coimbatore and I am same time I am in USA also. In UK, in Australia, wherever you say it's there. Everywhere I am there. It's not only that he is here with a Hindu family. No. There is no religion, no restriction of a religion. Krishna is not to be, accommodated within a small space called religion. All the religious practices, whatever one perform, should be the means or the process for him to make sure that he understands Krishna. That he or she comes to the point that I am the soul, I am surrendered to Krishna, and I am the servant of the Supreme Krishna. Jive Swarupaya Krishna Nita. This is the understanding one must come after performing any amount of rituals. So, Krishna, he is giving us this opportunity by declaring himself that you have to first of all know me about my inconceivable energy. Then you will come to the position, whatever I promise I am going to give you, as he has given in the 18th chapter of Bhagavad Gita. Sarva dharman parityajya. What do you mean by Sarva dharman parityajya? Abandon all varieties of religion, including the irreligion. Even if you are attached to something like called Nastikas, those who are non-believers, doesn't matter, even you abandon that also. All types of religion, all types of conceptions, you abandon everything. Mam ekam saranam vraja. If you can just surrender to Krishna, he is promising, what he is promising? Aham tvam sarva papebhyo mokshayishyami ma suchaha. I will completely absorb all the sins. He is telling to Arjuna, even if you think you are the most sinnest person, there are sinners, but you are the most abominable of all the sinners. Still, if you surrender unto me, I will remove all your sins and I protect you. I ensure that you come back to me. All you have to do is come and surrender unto me. That's why he repeated 2 times in Bhagavad Gita. Man mana bhava mat bhakto mat yaji ma namaskuru. Only 4 simple steps he said. Man mana bhava, you just meditate upon me. As per the sloka what is given. Kavim purano anusasitaram. You just won't meditate upon me. What I have told you already in the Bhagavad Gita, just meditate upon me. Man mana bhava, mad bhakto, and then become my devotee. When you have this mindset, when you develop this attraction for Krishna, and when you meditate upon Krishna, then what happens? Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is telling, once you start meditating, automatically you will start chanting. When you start chanting, then you will also start meditating. So this chanting and meditating, they go hand in glove with each other. Of all the 9 processes of devotional service, the most effective one, once you know the glories of the Supreme Lord, start chanting. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. So when you just do the chanting, you are doing 3 activities together. Shravanam, Kirtanam, Smaranam. 3 things together in one shot. Just by chanting. We are chanting Shravana, we are hearing the name, we are also reciting his name, and we are thinking of him. How? Just by listening to his glories through the Srimad Bhagavad Gita, Bhagavatam, etc. So when we do that, we are assured, as the last sloka of Bhagavad Gita also gives us the assurance, which is being told by none other than Sanjaya. What is he saying? Wherever there is the Supreme Personality of Godhead Krishna, and wherever there is the Supreme Archer Arjuna, what happens when these 2 people are there? Which means what? Wherever the talks are going about them, wherever Bhagavad Gita is being spoken, wherever the Bhagavad Gita is read or heard, what are the benefits out of that? There you will be victorious. Number 1, you will be blessed by Shri Lakshmi Devi. So your opulence will be automatically there. You'll be all fortunate. And in that place, dharma will be established. Whatever the dharma, it will be established. So, if somebody wants to be victorious, somebody wants to be really opulent, and somebody wants that dharma to be on his side, all he has to do is just surrender and listen to the Bhagavad Gita. Every day, just half an hour, even not possible half an hour, no, it's too much of a time, no problem. At least 10 minutes, no, not possible. Prabhupada once said, this kind of a question was asked, at least if you can chant one verse of Bhagavad Gita, then another one more discount. Can you at least chant one line of Bhagavad Gita? At least one word of Bhagavad Gita, even you chant, you still get the benefit. Once Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, he was conducting non-cooperation and non-obedience, disobedience act by gathering thousands of people, devotees, and they are having a great party, Sankirtan party. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. They all went to the palace of Kazi, the ruler. And the ruler really got shivering. Oh my God, it's so many people. I don't know what I will do. So Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is standing in the front at the gate of his palace, and Kazi comes down, and he comes down and said, what is this? I have put a rule, I have made a new ruling, nobody should disturb the city by such kind of a gathering and chanting, and you are chanting Hare Krishna, Hari Bol, what is this going on? Chaitanya Mahaprabhu was smiling at him and immediately said, you are a devotee now. He told to Kazi, you are a devotee now, you are dancing. And the Kazi got completely surprised. What? You are calling me devotee? Yes, you are a devotee. No, I am not a devotee. You people are only chanting Hare Krishna. I am not chanting Hare Krishna. I am not chanting Hari Bol. No. But now you see, you told Hare Krishna. You told Hari Bol. So you are a devotee. This is the kind of a mercy Chaitanya Mahaprabhu gave. Whether you chant his name, whether you chant his glories, knowingly or unknowingly, doesn't matter. Even as a mockery, if you chant, if you want to mock somebody, see this Hare Krishna, doesn't matter. Because they have chanted this name, because the name is so pure. Just as much as the fire is so hot, whether you knowingly put your hand or unknowingly you put your hand, what happens? You still get your hand burned. Similarly, the Mahamantra is so powerful that anyone who chants by chance, by mockery, they all get the same benefit. So I request all the assembled wonderful devotees here to please raise your hands and then chant very loudly, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Everybody will be elevated. Already we are all into the path of liberation, so you can be rest assured. Please regularly chant Hare Krishna and get the blessings of the Supreme Lord and our spiritual master and the founder Acharya Srila Prabhupada. Harihi Om Tat Sat. Hare Krishna. Guru Maharaj ki jai. Srila Prabhupada ki jai. Any additional comments or questions anybody has got?
Hare Krishna. Anybody has any questions, you can raise your hand.
Thank you. Hari Bol.
Thank you, Prabhu. We thank His Grace Ratnanga Gauranga Prabhu